Sun Silksong is never coming out. What is the best thing to do? Well, the entire Hollow Knight community, including me, has gone completely insane, and I just went more insane after reading the entire Hunter's Journal entry and notes in one sitting. It took a total of 73 minutes, and this is not the full thing because my editing software can't keep up with the full thing. Enjoy me suffering. Okay, well, let's read. Troll it. Timid scavengers that crawl through the caverns looking for food. Dull and pathetic. Hardly worth killing. Vengefly. Flying predator that pursues its prey relentlessly. This fierce little hunter will bravely chase down creatures many times its size. Admirable. It is weak though, and I have devoured hundreds of them with little effort or care. Vengefly King. Patriarch of the Vengefly colony, swoops at intruders and cries out for reinforcements if threatened. A filthy creature that is happy to chew on any old thing it finds discarded on the cavern floor. When it notices a threat, it will annoyingly scream and shriek, so kill it swiftly. Raza, simple-minded creatures that have... What? Whoa, chill. What is that word? Haphazardly buzzes around, bumping into things. They only seem dimly aware of their surroundings, making them easy prey to cut your fangs on. What is it? What guides them on their path? It almost seems like they search for ways to die. Gruzmother. Mature Gruzza that carries its young in its belly, attacks by hurling its huge body around. Bizarrely, this monster does not lay eggs, but instead carries its young inside of its fat stomach. This strange practice seems to exhaust the creature, making it sleepy and vulnerable. Take advantage. Tick. Uses its small sharp claws to climb along walls and roofs. Spend its time tapping its way through the roads and caverns near the surface of the kingdom. Be patient, you can wait for it to come to you and pick it off. Aspid Hunter. Pests its prey by spitting corrosive liquid, often hunts in packs, cunning predators that will try to pick you off from a distance. Don't give them any space, just charge in and cut them down. You'll find they're not so cunning once they are dead. Aspid Mother carries the eggs of its young inside. Okay. Carries the eggs of its young inside its belly, can hatch and birth its young as needed to deal with intruders. Shamelessly uses its young as a weapon against foes. Appalling. What is that word? Appalling? I'm just gonna say appalling, yes, but I do admire its resourcefulness. Good hunters do not always make good parents. Aspid Hotling. Recently burst, these young aspid instinctively swarm around intruders. These hatchlings are born with an instinct to kill. They are still only infants though, and you can crush them between your fangs without thinking. Just don't let them overwhelm you with numbers. Should I do it in like the 100th voice? Thickly armored, it's burst for the... That's not even a good hunter's voice. Okay, I'm going back to the British. Gome. Thickly armored, it burst from the ground to seize prey in its fangs. These brutes seem to be impervious to most damage, so you can sharpen your weapons on their thick hide or just slash away at them for your own amusement. They barely seem to notice. Wandering Husk. The remains of a bug, animated by a strange force, wanders the road where it once lived. These civilized bugs of Hallownest were weak in life, and now they are equally weak in death. Send them back into the dirt where they were born in. The remains of a bug, animated by a strange force, uses its horn to attack any uninfected creature it finds. These bugs have an arrogant air about them even after dying, overly proud of their long horns. I enjoy snapping them off. Leaping Husk. The remains of a bug, animated by a strange force. It will instinctively leap at uninfected creatures to attack them. The bugs of old Hallownest did not hunt their own food. They had it brought to them. That's why they were so weak. That's why their kingdom crumbled into dust and faded away. the remains of a bug animated by a strange force. It aggressively attacks any uninfected creature it finds. A thick orange mist fills these walking corpses. It has a sweet, sickly taste to it. I find it foul. After you kill these creatures, I suggest you do not eat them. Husk Warrior. The remains of a bug animated by a strange force. How many times do they have to write that, bro? Softened by their generations of luxury, these bugs lack claws or armor or venom. Those who wish to protect themselves are forced to fashion weapons from stone or shell. Huskguard, let me guess. The remains of a great... Whoa, okay. That's a new one. The remains of a great Hallownest crossguard, animated by a strange force. Instinct still drives it to guard its post against intruders. Larger and stronger than their brothers, these bugs are still forced to steal their weapons from the remains of other creatures. They do not roam or hunt forever, standing guard and lashing out at anything that wanders near. Entombed husk, mummified remains deformed and enraged by infection. Inside these shambling corpses is a bright light that pierces any darkness. I peered inside that light once and saw something was in it, shining back. Something terrible. False Knight, a maggot driven mad by a strange force, inhabits a stolen armor shell. Weak creatures love to steal the strength of others. Their lives are brief and fearful, and they yearn to have the power to dominate those who have dominated them. Maggot, weakest member of the Kingdom of Hallownest, generally looked down upon and forced to do menial labor. Consisting mainly of sweet fat, these helpless creatures make excellent provisions for long journeys. Best roasted over open flame. If they try to bargain for their life, just ignore them. They have nothing to offer. Menderbug. Yeah, look, I didn't know that you didn't need Menderbug, okay? Member of an elusive guild of bugs fixated on the maintenance of Hallownest's many signs and wayposts. The bugs of Hallownest were obsessed with building things. What a strange little mind they had. Life seed. Small settling seeds filled with lifeblood, which can be extracted and consumed for its healthful properties. The bright liquid inside of these yellow fellows is delicious, and drinking it will make you feel stronger. I wonder how my own innards taste. Would it be heinous thing to try and drink some? Well, yes. Boulder grows into a ball and propels itself at intruders who wander into its territory, aggressively, even when newly born. Young hunters delight in catching these creatures and rolling them around for sport. I encourage you to indulge yourself if the fancy strikes you. Elder Boulder, bulky and covered in thick plating, retracts it into itself when attacked. As they age, these creatures become too heavy and lumpy to roll around freely. Instead, they curl up and hide from the world. What do they think of in there, wrapped up inside of themselves? More carefree time, perhaps? There we go. We made it all the way to Green Path, baby! It only took how long? 10 days. Yay! Moss creep, weakling that covers itself in leaves to appear larger, hides amongst the undergrowth. Yo, so that means you don't know what the moss creep really looks like, because that isn't his body. It just makes it so it appears larger. So what is it? I used to think these things were merely ambling plants. When I learned they were actually living things, I began to kill them on sight. This is the nature of the hunt. Mossfly, big weakling that covers itself in leaves to appear larger, hides amongst the undergrowth, fleeing if predators draw in. They spend their whole lives hiding or fleeing. Oh, sad. Or perhaps that is the life they choose for themselves, and they enjoy it. It's strange though, but not impossible. Mosskin, plants-like bug that targets at foes when close. They can be hard to spot amongst the foliage until you get too close and they suddenly come charging at you. Tread carefully. Volatile Mosskin. Plant-like bugs swollen with infection release deadly gas when threatened. The gas seeps from the growths, smell invitingly sweet. but it will burn through shell and flesh if you get too close. Fool Eater, carnivorous plant that snaps at any creature that comes close. You really would have to be a fool to be tricked by a plant. Squid charges at prey with its needle-like proboscis. When they lunge at you, don't panic. Stand your ground and strike back as they come close. Fat, low, flying bug frequently discharge the acidic liquid stored in its round body. Does it realize what a nuisance it is, drifting around, spilling its noxious juice everywhere it goes? If you see any, make sure to kill them. Orca, aggressive Jesus Christ, how many words for one plant? Aggressive plant life that attracts protectively when danger is near, spits hot, spiky balls when foes are at a distance. It leaves are dry and bland. The bud is unpleasantly sour, but oh, the venom in those balls it spits, exquisite. If you have the time to spare, try drinking some and enjoy the effects. So you're trying to kill me now? Harmless flying creature that favors serene environment, usually travels in flocks. They all keep lookout for danger, and when one flies away, the rest do as well. I wonder how it feels to have the protection of a pack. Moss Charger, timid creature that frightens away intruders by covering itself in huge clumps of moss. It's small, but it finds a lot of courage and strength once it covers itself in foliage, and it can understand the desire, and I can understand the desire to camouflage oneself. Massive Moss Charger, family of creatures that have learned to bulk up with the moss and live as one. There is strength in numbers, yes, but these creatures never had much strength to begin with. Cut through their trickery. Moss Knight, protector of Green Path, trained in the way of nail and shell. They hide as bush-like mounds and look soft, but beware, these warriors, they are relentless in combat, fiercely guarding something hidden deep in Green Path. Mossy Vagabond, lazy, portly mosskin, easily swayed by others, slow, fat, and easily vanquished, common threads in those who forget their calling and forsake their duties. Durandu, simple walking creatures encased in a hard shell, often found wadding in shallow pools of acid water, in acidic water. One of the few creatures that can survive in the rivers of harsh acidic water that flows around us. Where does this water come from? It bubbles and spits with a seething hatred of the living. Duranda, simple flying creature protected by a spiky shell, thinks itself fully protected, and so it's unconcerned by passers-by. Attack its face and teach it that nothing is ever safe. Aluba, passive glider that prefers to dwell near acid waters. What careless, a life led, drifting above us all. If one ever comes too close to the ground, though. Archlumafly. Wait a second. Yeah, alright. Thanks. I'm taking my charms off. And now I'm going straight to Green Path. You know, what's better than... reading the Hunter's Journal with Elderbug and Cloth? Yep, you're right. Reading the Hunter's Journal with the Hunter himself. Let's go! Oh my god. How? Why am I doing this, too? I have no idea. This is about Silk Song never coming out, so we gotta... Yeah, we gotta do this, I guess. Also, are those things down there just like Rubik's Cubes or something? down. Oh. What's up, my G the Hunty? There he is. Hey, you wanna read the Hunter's Journal with me, brother? Alright, come on, let's go. Charged Lumafly. When threatened, they cluster together, generating electricity. They usually drift about peacefully, but sometimes they cluster together and spit out sharp, crackling flash that will stun and burn even large beasts like myself. Watch closely for an opening and move past them quickly. Smallest jelly form, passive and unaware, but pulsing with a dangerous electricity charge. The spirit of dead ancestor, the brain of a larger creature, allowed it to drift free and egg searching for a place to spawn. I have no idea what this is. Passive outer Uma. Passive outer being, protecting an aggressive explosive core. Ghastly, eerie creature made of thick liquid. You can peer right through them and can't see where they keep their thoughts. I don't understand at all. Keep away. Umu, intelligent being that guards the inner chamber of the teacher's archive. The fog canyon. The canyon below us, the one thick with fog and crackling with strange energy. A hunter can lose their sense down there. Be careful. Strange and unnatural things lurk there. We made it to fungal waste. Simple-minded crawling fungus. Its cap is covered in a layer of hardened spikes. Lie on your belly, open your maw, and let this tasty morsel stroll straight into your stomach. Fungling. Passive fungal balloon. Internal gases cause it to float. Just a child, it drifts about with closed eyes and an open mind. When I was young, my brothers and sisters and I would hunt each other in the nest. Now I hunt alone. Fully grown fungal balloon spits built up internal gas at aggressors. So round. I don't think I've seen a rounder creature than this. This world certainly hides some marvelous creatures. I must hunt them all down. Sporg detects nearby movement and fires out explosive spores that drift toward their target. If you're skillful, you can lead these spores back to them and watch them perish in a destruction of their own making. There is a lesson in that, I think. Fungify husk. The remains of bug consumed by a fungus frequently releases clouds of thick, deadly gas. Bugs of hollowness are so pathetic that being infected by poisonous fungi actually increases the chances of survival. They really are absurd creatures. Young fungal creature. Spends most of its time in the ground but can uproot and flee if it senses danger. Looks like an ordinary mushroom until you get close. Then it pops out of the ground and starts scurrying around blindly. Very, very amusing. Truma warrior. Fungal creature that attacks intruders to protect its young. Something queer in the air has caused these mushrooms to grow heart, mind, and even faces. This means they now fear for their lives, like all other living creatures. How much more do we have? That's not good. Stromal ogre. Huge fungal creature attacks by spitting corrosive venom and slamming its body into food. I'm done doing the British accent for now. Are these hulking things beasts or are they mushrooms? I cut one in half and peered inside to find out, but could find no answers in its soft, stinking insides. Member of Mantis Youth, member of a proud tribe, fiercely protective of its territory, launches stinging attack with its needle, sharp abdomen. As it grows, it loses the ability to fly. Passage into adulthood is often celebrated, but as time goes by, we realize that what we have lost. Mantis Warrior, member of a proud tribe, fiercely protective of its territory, launches savage attacks with blade forelimbs. If you venture too deep into the fungal forest, these warriors will stand in your way. What is it they guard deep at the bottom of their territory? The Mantis, these leaders of the Mantis tribe and its finest warriors. They bear thin nail lances and attack with blinding speed. These Mantis tribes and the bugs of old Hallownest have no love for each other. The Mantises outlive their rivals, though, and their civilization still stands. We made it all the way to the city, oh my god. Husk Sentry, animated remains of a Hallownest sentry, still remains some memory of its former task. More skilled at combat than most bugs of Hallownest, they are nimble but lightly armored. Keep the pressure on them. Heavy Sentry, animated remains of a large Hallownest sentry. One of few in Hallownest strong enough to wield a great nail. Surprisingly quick-witted for a corpse. It will try to catch you if you leap over, and can chase you if you flee. Enjoyable to hunt, but beware them in packs. Winged Sentry. Flying Sentry of Hallownest patrols the heights of the vast caverns in which the city was built. Oh my god, so much. Dances through the air, just out of reach until it spots an opening, then swoops in for a decisive strike. What happened? If you're confident, wait for it to come to you, then counterattack. Land Sentry. Winged Sentry of Hallownest equipped with a nail lance, charges at threats, or throws its lance from a distance. This devious foe will often keep its distance and try to pick you off with its thrown weapons. When it charges at you, leap up and strike it down. Oh my god. Mistake. Once a highly intelligent bug, deformed by a misuse of soul. These fools meddled by the soul of other creatures and lost their shape. Now, they skulk through the shadows of their sanctum like slugs, hoping their old brothers will build them new bodies. Once highly intelligent bug, inflated by misuse of soul. I've heard whispers that the secret these fools were searching for was immortality to live forever. I've never heard of anything so obscene. Soul Warrior, highly intelligent bug that uses arcane knowledge that twists soul into vicious spells. I hate that. I've heard others talk about soul, but I do not understand what it actually is. I do know that freshly killed meat tastes best. Is that because the soul still clings to it? Soul Warrior. Learned bug, wielding a refined pin blade, enhances its combat prowess, I don't know, with harvested soul. Where these strange warriors go, whispers follow them. Not only are they skilled with a nail, they can also use some strange power to shift suddenly from place to place. Stay on guard. Are you serious? Seriously? Soulmaster. Head of the Soul Sanctum, hoarded soul hoping to stave off Hallownest affliction, but eventually became intoxicated by its power. The bugs of Hallownest tried all kinds of tricks and rituals and prayers to rid themselves of the infection, but to no avail. Perhaps the infection came from somewhere deep inside of them that they could not escape. Husk Dandy, former member of Hollow Knight's High Society, limited offensive ability. It seems the weakest, greediest member of Hallownest were also the ones who exerted the most influence, truly a kingdom that was always destined for ruin. Oh my god. Cowardly Husk. Former member of Hallownest High Society, although made aggressive by the force inside, old instincts still occasionally compelled to it, run from danger. The fearful, cowardly nature of these Hallownest bugs persists even after death. It almost feels shameful to chase and cut them down. Funness Husk. Former member of Holland's High Society, uses its corpulent body as a weapon. As these bugs became wealthier, they hunted less. What happened? No. They hunted less and consumed more, eventually taking on a grotesque shape, and not unlike overripe fruit. Gorgeous husk. Corpulent husk encrusted with a shining metal retains the instinct to hoard geo. There is beauty in many things, reflection of light on water, the taste of freshly killed meat, the cry of hatchling for its mother. I have never understood the lust for metals. And stones, though. Great Husk Sentry. Animated remains of a great sentry, the most elite of the city's guards, wields great knell and shell. Its powerful attacks cause heavy damage. An extremely rare thing, a bug of hollowness that actually poses a threat. Ended my Steel Soul run. Video coming out soon about that. An extremely rare thing of a bug to actually pose a threat. Watch them carefully, as they can lash out quickly with devastating strikes. Right. Watcher Knight. Discarded shell of a Watcher Knight, reanimated by a swarm of infected flies. When these silent warriors fall in battle, their bodies split open and strange bugs come flying out. I wonder, what will come flying out of me when I die? Will my hopes and fears drift away into the darkness? The Collector. Dark figure locked inside the Tower of Love. Preserves Helena's creature in glass jars with particularly attention given to grubs. A shadow can sometimes flit through the caverns, making strange noises to itself. I've never seen it clearly, so I have no idea what type of creature it is. It's a King's Mold without the armor! Yeah! You made it, friggin'... Well, Bellfly is Royal Waterways and City of Tears and Kingdom's Edge, but we made it to... But judging on what we have down here, then I think that we made it to Royal Waterways. Yeah. Bellfly. Thing wings hide a highly volatile belly. Will give its own life to protect its territory. An angry creature with no regard for its own life. A creature without fear. Can it truly be called prey? Pill Flip. Odd creature that adapts to changing situations by flipping over and using the limbs on the other side of its body. Adaptability is an important survival skill. If a problem seems insurmountable, try approaching it from a different angle. A worm. Tiny and placid, but swells to enormous size when treated. Extremely amusing creature. You good, brother? You good? Wanna explain? Oh my god, wow. Bloodsack. Placid but putrid creature. Holds rancid eggs within its gut. Easily tracked down. If you have a sense of smell, I strongly suggest do not eat its eggs. Dung Defender. Skilled combatant living at the heart of the waterways. Assails intruders with balls of compacted dung. Fighting for honor or for loyalty. You may as well be fighting for dust. If you want to kill, do it for your own sake. That is the nature of a true hunter. Okay. Figure from fondly remembered past. This is the very first new logo, because you see that, like, up here, and even down here, they'll have the hunter's thing in the middle there. But up here, it has, like, the dream thing. That's for dream bosses, and the same thing is with the Grim Troop. Anyway. Figure from a fondly remembered past reacts gallantly to defeat by becoming stronger. The champions call the Knotted Grove the Battle of the Blackworm. The Battle of the Blackworm. Alright. Wow. We don't know much about it, but, Mossbag. I am 98% convinced that the black worm is the Colosseum. All right. I remember it all. I will carry those glories with me always until we meet again. Ogrim of the Five Knights. Slugfee, youngest of its species. Its body is composed of teeth, wing, and stomach. Seems to want to latch onto any living thing that comes by with its sharp little teeth. It will leave its cousin alone, though it isn't completely mindless. Slugmon, worm-like creature that prefers damp, dark habitats. Dangerously unpredictable that infest pipes below Hollownest's capital. Even when it seems you've killed them, you need to stay on guard. Flukwanga, H-fluke grown fat of the rich refuse found in the pipes below the capital. When predators are too successful, the surplus food they eat becomes soft bulk wrapped around their bodies. Still, these creatures at least seem to make good use of their additional weight. Flukemar, yes, let's go. An insatiable breeder has populated the waterways with its kind. Its inside double as a nest for young flukefees. Oh my god. The desire to breed, to leave behind a memory of ourselves in the shape of a child. It seems to be etched deep into the heart of every living creature. I too have felt the pull of that base instinct. Shoot, no. Go back to the Hunter's Journal. We made it. We made it to Crystal Peak. Fat feeds on crystal dust and uses crystallized spines to protect itself from danger. I don't find this creature particularly notable or interesting. I should learn to fly or breathe flames or sing hauntingly. Anything just to justify its existence. Glimback, slow, hardy creature. The crystals that grow on its back provide extra protection from foes above. Large and well protected, but slow and docile. The bugs of Hollownest used to force these creatures to carry around their carts and machines. Crystal Hunter. Fire shards of fast-growing crystal at intruders. Makes their home all the way up at the top of the world. Do they use crystals willingly as weapons, or are they merely hosts and the crystals parasites? Whoa! Crystal crawler. Discharges searing beam of light from the crystals on its back, and it crawls around, seemingly unaware. These creatures look weak, but sometimes burning pillars of heat will burst out from the crystals they carry on their backs. Be wary and time your strikes well. Well, that really doesn't matter. Husk Miner. Alright. Remains of a bug drawn to the crystal peak for its precious crystal. Its claw pick now doubles as a fierce weapon. The bugs of Hollownest lusted after the strangest things in life. They would dig furtively through the dirt for stone ore, and in particular, the crystals that grow at the top of the world. Okay, goodbye, Hunter. Goodbye. I'm gonna go somewhere else, because why not? Ow. Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere else, because why not? Ow. Oh my god, I remember trying to get the hunter's notes for stalking the Vouch. So I had to kill like 12, I think. And I couldn't even go back to Beast's Den, where there are like 3. Yeah, we're gonna go visit Shio. Yeah, we are saying hello to my boy Shio. And we're gonna be reading the rest with him. Well, I don't know the rest. We might change again. Anyway, let's talk to you.
Finelo, bam. Finelo, bam.
Okay, goodbye. Let's do this again. Bugs of Hellenus lusted. Okay, yeah. Crystallized husk. Remains of a bug who died amongst the crystals, animated by a strange force. Its attacks by fire beams of light from its crystallized arms. There is some strange power hidden in the crystals that grow up there. In the peaks. They gleam and glow in the darkness, a bright point of searing heat in each one. They sing too, if you listen very softly. What song do they sing? Because the only song that I hear is what, like what? Are the crystals gonna be like making Alright. Crystal Guardian. Heavyset minor Heavyset minor of the Crystal Peak, overcome by crystal growth, can discharge blazing beam of light from its crystallized limb. How does the world look to this creature, gazing out from within its crystal prison? Does it see only light? Is that what drives it into a frenzy? Here's Venfly. Venfly, whose body has been distorted by a continued infection, highly aggressive. The infection that passes from creature to creature grants strength and courage, but it also seems to enslave the will. Would you make such a bargain? No. Maybe. Volatile Grusser swollen with infection and primed to burst. Horrible goo and nauseous gases. How dare you? Nauseous gases had started leaking down from above. Is there a source of all this pestilence? If so, I haven't seen it. Oh my god. It's been 38 minutes. Okay. 38 minutes, we're like halfway, right? After that we got Deep Nest, then the Ancient Basin, then Kingdom's Edge, the Hive, Queen's Gardens, and the Colosseum. After that, Dream Warriors, the Grim stuff, and then just random things. Okay. Violent Husk. Maddened by massive infection, charges at enemies with no thought of its own preservation. The bugs of Hellenus were twisted out of shape by that ancient sickness. First, they fell into deep slumber. Then they awoke, when they awoke with broken minds, and then their bodies started to deform. Slobbering husk, the body of a bug, completely consumed by infection, spits corrosive liquid. The infection that swept through Hollowness so long ago. They say that the harder you struggled against, the more it consumed you. You made it to Deep Nest. Swarming predator of the deep nest of the deep nest burrows through the ground and bursts out to the prized prey, springy and vicious. These hunters will try to overwhelm you with numbers in the dark, tight, twisting caverns. They carve through the ground. Always be on your guard. Carver Hatcher, flying creature that fires out dirt carvers from its body when potential prey comes close. Are these creatures the mothers of the dirt carvers? They appear only loosely related, but then how did the dirt carvers get inside of the hatchers? A confusing situation. Garpede. Giant burrower covered in thick shell plates tirelessly travels the tunnels of the deep nest. Why did he say the deep nest? Isn't it just like deep nest? Because if we go over here, it doesn't say the deep nest. It just says deep nest. I don't know. Monstrously strong, they shrug off any attacks you make on their thickly armored bodies. Luckily, if you simply avoid their path, they'll leave you alone. Corpse Creeper. Parasitic beasts that control the bodies of hosts after the host's death. Beasts of this land have found plenty of ingenious hiding places, but none so clever as the body of another creature. If you happen on such a beast, rejoice. You've hunted two creatures at once. Deepling. Infant of the Deepness scuttles about in the darkness, learning the layout of its home. The Deepness is a dangerous place to hunt, but rewarding. Keep an eye out for weak creatures you can pick off and eat. Keep your strength up in the darkness. Deep Hunter, the worst things to ever exist. Crawls along walls and roofs, spitting burning venom at anything that passes by. They can be hard to spot as they flitter in and out of the darkness. Watch for their glowing eyes. Little Weaver. Nimble spider that traverses its domain on thin strand of web, often waits in ambush. They can appear from the darkness at any moment. They seem to fly through the air, dancing on invisible strings as they suddenly stalk and devour. Why did I have to kill like 14 of these? Worshippers of Hera the Beast shield themselves with hard-plated foreclaws and lash out suddenly to cut down prey. Here we go. This is what I had to kill 14 of these for. Powerful, well-armored, and fast. These are no mere beasts. Study their movements and watch carefully for an opening. Wow. It's been so long. Here we go. Mimics the shape of other creatures to lure prey to its lair. In the deepest darkness, there are beasts who wear faces stolen from your memories and pluck at the string in your heart. Know yourself and stay strong. Ancient Basin Time. Shadow Creeper. Found only in deep dark places, has never been observed to eat or drink anything. This little creeper is weak and poses no threat, but something about it stills and settles me. The way it moves and the noise it makes are strange somehow. Lesser Moloch. Attacks by spitting acid and lashing with foreclaws. If you try to keep your distance, it will spit sticky burning globs of vile stomach juice. Move in quickly and strike decisively. Malark. Large, immobile creatures wildly spits venom when intruders pass by. How did this foolish creature lose its legs? I suppose it's possible to lose anything if you really try. Brooding Moloch. Ferocious. Okay, now we're out of Ancient Basin just to go there again. Ferocious but extremely social creature, becomes aggressive if not able to mingle with its own kind. I hear the beast crying out something as I prowl these caverns, although I've never actually laid eyes on it. Who or what is it calling for? As far as I can tell, its voice is never answered. Lightseed, a single-celled organism, completely infected, scurries about simple-mindedly. Stranger has been seeping down from above. Bro, did you really have that much to write about an orange cell? No. Stranger has been seeping down from above For years, some of the air became liquid, and some of that liquid became flesh, and some of that flesh came to life. I don't know what to make of it. Infected balloon. Single cell of infection. Has a simple mind and can float using internal gases. The infection creeping through the kingdom's dead veins. Does it have a mind? Does it produce soul? Is it truly alive? Broken vessel. Shattered corpse, reanimated by infected parasites. Oh my god, that's a lot of words. The shape of this creature. I have seen something like it before, more than once. Perhaps it looks a little like the bugs of Hollowness, but not quite the same. Where did these empty little wanderers come from? The abyss. Boo fly. Large docile creatures that peacefully buzzes around in the caverns of Kingdom's Edge, too slow to escape you and too hard to hide from you. This prey will not challenge you, but sometimes it is good to take things easy. Oh yeah, we'll take things very easy with a primal aspect. Primal aspect. Oh my god, why? Wilder ancestral form of the aspid, once thought extinct, they have reappeared at the edges of the world. These cruel foes will ambush you and relentlessly attack with their searing venom. How strange that their descendants are so weak. If I have children, I hope they will be stronger than me. Hopper leaps at prey and uses its sharp proboscis to drain vital fluids. This hopping thief's belly is full of blood it has stolen from other beasts. If you hold it above fire, the belly will grow and grow until it explodes in a steaming shower of fluids. Got it. Great Hopper leaps around the edge of the world, trying to crush prey beneath its body. A worthy foe, surprisingly nimble for its size. Either keep your distance or try to dance between its hops and strike at its legs. Grub Mimic assumes the shape of harmless creatures to lure prey, luring an enemy close by pretending to be a weak little grub. Very cunning. Unfortunately for them, I eat these grubs as soon as I see them. So there are more than 42, but he, murdered and ate, 90% of the population of grubs. Oh my god, there's no law. Hiveling, smallest of the hive's inhabitants, carries out simple tasks. Yeah, I'm trying the British voice again. Weak, but hardworking and... yeah, no, never mind. Weak, but hardworking and numerous. Their hairy little bodies are filled with a thick, sweet, golden liquid. Good to keep a few on you for long hunts. Hive soldier. Defends a hive against intruders with its extendable stinger. Savage and dedicated warriors. Be prepared to fight them to the death if you plan on invading their home. Hive guardian. Big chunky boy, my chunk boy. Protects the hive by hurling its body all into... oh my god, that's a lot of words. Like their smaller kin, and their only instinct is to protect the hive at any cost to themselves. Somewhat clumsy, they often damage the structures of the hive when charging at intruders. Thus, this causes them shame. I do not know whether they have the capacity for such a thing. We got it. The biggest paragraph in the game. Yes. Cowardly husks. Cowardly husk, its body colonized by hivelings. The hivelings build a nest around this sorry bug, or did the bug squeeze its body into their nest? Either way, they seem happy enough together. Can you, please give me a short one so it doesn't take 10 years? I mean, it's already been literally 48. Like I said in the beginning, this isn't the full thing, because my editing software can't keep up with the full thing. So I am deciding to end it here and split this into 2 parts video. Part 2 coming very soon. I swear. Part 2 might even be already now by the time. So